Let's get one thing straight from the very beginning. If a woman leaves you and then decides to come back, you are standing at a crossroads that will define your self-respect for years to come. And most men take the wrong path. Why? Because when she returns, their ego feels validated, their loneliness gets a quick fix, and their mind screams, "She must have realized I'm the one." But that's not always the truth. In fact, 9 times out of 10, she didn't come back because she suddenly woke up and remembered your worth. She came back because of something she lost, something she needs, or something she couldn't find elsewhere. Here's the controversial part most men don't want to hear. Her return is not automatically a compliment to you. It's often a test of you. And if you think about it through the lens of Stoicism, you'll realize it's not about her at all. It's about your reaction. The Stoic man does not dance for her attention or open his arms just because she knocks on the door again. He observes, he measures, he decides based on principle, not emotion. Too many men let nostalgia, desire, or the fear of being alone blind them to the bigger truth. Sometimes taking her back is the quickest way to lose yourself. This is not about bitterness, it's about boundaries. And in this video, we're going to strip away the romance movie illusions and talk about exactly what to do when she comes back, so that whatever choice you make it from a place of strength, not weakness. Because in the end, the question isn't, will she stay? It's, will you still respect yourself if she does? 1. Don't celebrate her return. The biggest mistake men make when a woman comes back is acting like they just won the lottery. They celebrate, they tell all their friends, they treat her return like proof that they were right all along. But here's the truth. If you celebrate her return before you even know why she came back, you've already lost control of the situation. Stoicism teaches us not to be ruled by emotions, and that includes the rush of excitement when she suddenly appears in your life again. That excitement can cloud your judgment, making you overlook red flags, ignore the past issues, and jump straight into old habits that led to her leaving in the first place. When she comes back, your mindset should be neutral, not cold, but calm. Think of yourself like a king who doesn't throw a party just because someone who left the castle has returned. A true king listens first, observes their actions, and decides whether they even deserve to be let back inside. Remember, her return does not automatically mean she has changed, or that the problems between you are magically gone. Sometimes she may just be seeking comfort, stability, or even an ego boost. If you meet that with instant celebration, you give away your power. Your first job when she comes back is to do nothing emotional. No public displays, no instant affection, just quiet observation. That sends a clear message. You don't get a hero's welcome just for showing up. Let's say she left you 6 months ago saying she needed space, but now she texts saying she misses you. Instead of rushing to meet her and telling her you're glad she's back, you reply simply, "I hear you. Let's talk." You set the tone that you're not desperate and that her return will be met with consideration, not blind excitement. 2. Ask why she really came back. When a woman returns after leaving you, the question most men don't ask is the one that matters most. Why are you here now? Instead, they assume it's because she finally realized their value. That assumption is dangerous. It blinds you to the truth and puts her back in control. A Stoic man never accepts things at face value. He looks deeper, past the pretty words and emotional confessions, into the motives behind the action. Women come back for many reasons: loneliness, financial problems, an ex who treated them worse, or simply boredom. Not all of these reasons have anything to do with genuine love or long-term commitment. The key is to strip away the fairy tale and find the reality. Don't ask her once and then take the first answer as gospel. Ask in different ways. Watch how she responds. Does she avoid direct answers? Does she blame circumstances instead of owning her choice to leave? Or does she take real responsibility and show she understands the damage she caused? This isn't about being suspicious for no reason. It's about protecting your time, your energy, and your self-respect. If her return is built on a weak foundation, the relationship will collapse again, and this time it'll be even harder to rebuild. When you understand her real reason for coming back, you can decide if it's worth your effort to let her in again, or if it's time to walk away for good. For instance, she left you for another guy a year ago, but now she's messaging you, saying she made a mistake. Instead of rushing to see her, you calmly ask, "Why now?" She says she missed you, but when you dig deeper, you find out her new relationship ended badly last month. That's not love, it's convenience, and convenience is a weak reason to take someone back. 3. Test her intentions, not her words. When a woman comes back, her words will often sound perfect. She might tell you she's changed, that she finally sees your worth, or that she can't imagine life without you. But here's the reality. Words are the cheapest form of currency in relationships. Anyone can say anything. What matters is what she does. This is where most men fall into the trap. They hear the right words and assume the problem is solved. They want to believe her because it feels good, and because deep down they missed her too. But if you've ever been burned by someone who promised the world and delivered nothing, you know exactly why words aren't enough. A Stoic man doesn't get seduced by speeches. He looks for evidence. If she says she's committed, does she show up consistently? If she says she's ready to rebuild, does she put in the effort without you having to guide her every step? If she says she understands your value, does she now treat you with the respect you deserve, even when she's upset? Testing her intentions isn't about playing games. It's about making sure her actions match her promises. It's about giving her the space to prove her sincerity without you lowering your standards or abandoning your boundaries. You've been through the pain of her leaving once. You already know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of disappointment. Why would you set yourself up for the same mistake twice? The man who values himself will not hand over trust like a free sample at a store. He will require it to be earned back, step by step, action by action. In the end, her intentions will reveal themselves in how she behaves when things aren't perfect. When the excitement fades, when challenges come, will she stay or disappear again? That's the true test, and you owe it to yourself to wait for the answer before you give her a second chance. 4. Don't give instant forgiveness. Too many men hand out forgiveness like it's candy. She comes back, sheds a few tears, says the right things, and suddenly all the pain, all the disrespect, all the time she walked away, gone, as if it never happened. That's not strength. That's weakness disguised as being a good man. Let's be honest. This is where a lot of men fail themselves. They think forgiving instantly makes them noble or romantic, but in reality, it often just makes them look desperate. It sends a silent message. You can hurt me, leave me, and I'll still take you back without hesitation. Do you really think that earns respect? Or does it tell her you'll always be there, no matter how she treats you? Wake up. You're not doing her a favor by letting her skip accountability. You're not building a stronger relationship by pretending the past never happened. You're just teaching her that actions have no consequences with you, and once someone learns that, they'll repeat the same behavior again. Forgiveness is not a gift you hand over in the first 5 minutes of her return. It's something that should come after you've seen consistent change, not before. It's something earned through actions, humility, and time, not through words and emotional moments. You have to stand on your boundaries. You have to let her sit with the discomfort of knowing she hurt you, not to punish her, but to make it clear that relationships are built on trust, and trust takes work to rebuild. A man who forgives instantly is a man who hasn't learned from his past. A man who takes his time is a man who values himself enough to make sure history doesn't repeat itself. Don't confuse patience with bitterness. Real patience is power. If she's truly changed, she'll prove it without you rushing to erase the past. And if she hasn't changed, the delay in your forgiveness will reveal it before it's too late. 5. Make her earn back access. When a woman leaves you, she's not just walking away from the relationship. She's walking away from your time, your energy, your attention, and your presence. Those things are valuable, and the moment she comes back, they shouldn't be handed over like nothing happened. Access to you is a privilege, not a birthright. The problem is, most men roll out the red carpet the moment she returns. They answer her calls instantly. They rearrange their schedules for her. They make themselves fully available as if she never left. That's a dangerous move. Why? Because it tells her she doesn't have to work for your attention. And when people don't work for something, they don't value it. If she truly wants to be in your life again, she should be willing to earn that position. That means you don't drop your boundaries to make her comfortable. It means you don't cancel your plans just because she suddenly has time for you. It means she has to fit into the life you've been building, not the other way around. Making her earn back access also gives you time to see her intentions clearly. Is she putting in effort to reconnect? Or is she just slipping back in because you've made it easy? Is she showing consistency, or does she only show up when she's bored or lonely? Think of yourself as a gatekeeper to your own peace and stability. You decide who enters, when they enter, and under what conditions. If she's serious, she'll have no problem putting in the work. If she's not, she'll get frustrated and leave again. And that's actually a win for you, because it saves you from another heartbreak. Your value isn't just in who you are, it's in how much of yourself you allow people to access. Make her earn it. That's how you protect both your dignity and your peace. 6. Avoid falling into old patterns. When she comes back, it's tempting to slip right into the same rhythm you had before she left. The same routines, the same conversations, the same way of doing things. It feels comfortable, familiar. But comfort is exactly what blinds men to the problems that destroyed the relationship in the first place. Old patterns are dangerous because they operate like muscle memory. You don't even notice you're repeating them. You start texting her the moment you wake up. You spend every spare moment together. You stop focusing on your own life. And before you know it, you're back in the exact place you were before she walked away. And if nothing has changed, guess what's going to happen? She'll leave again. The truth is, if you want a different result, you have to create a different dynamic. That means breaking habits that made you too predictable, too available, or too dependent on her for your emotional state. If you used to drop everything for her, stop doing that. If you used to over-explain yourself just to keep the peace, stop doing that too. This doesn't mean you become cold or distant. It means you stay conscious of how you're showing up. You keep your hobbies, your social life, your goals, and your independence intact. You make sure the relationship grows on new terms, not the old ones that failed you. Most men don't realize they're in old patterns until it's too late. They confuse things feeling like they used to with things being better now. But better isn't about going back. It's about moving forward with healthier boundaries, stronger self-respect, and a clearer sense of what you will and will not tolerate. If you let yourself fall into old patterns, you're giving history permission to repeat itself. And trust me, if you don't change the script, the ending will be exactly the same. 7. Choose respect over comfort. When a woman comes back, it's easy to focus on the comfort she brings, the familiarity, the companionship, the physical closeness. After all, you've missed those things. But comfort can be a trap, and for many men, it's the reason they end up sacrificing their self-respect. Respect is harder to win back than comfort. Comfort can be given instantly. Respect takes time, boundaries, and consistent action. And here's the truth. If she doesn't respect you deep down, she will leave again. Maybe not today, maybe not next month, but eventually. The Stoic man understands that short-term comfort is never worth long-term self-betrayal. It's better to be alone with your dignity intact than to be with someone who sees you as a backup plan or a safety net. Choosing respect means you're willing to walk away if her presence starts to undermine your value. It means you're not afraid to say, "No, this isn't good enough," even if it costs you her company. It means you measure the relationship not by how good it feels in the moment, but by whether it aligns with your principles and your worth. Comfort can make you weak. Respect keeps you strong. And if you ever have to choose between the two, choose respect every single time. Because once you lose respect for yourself, it doesn't matter who comes back into your life. You've already lost. Here's the uncomfortable truth most men refuse to accept. Sometimes, when a woman comes back after leaving you, the strongest move you can make is to let her walk right back out. Not every return is a blessing. Sometimes it's just a distraction dressed as an opportunity. If you take her back without thinking, you're not choosing love. You're choosing weakness wrapped in comfort. And weakness is the one thing no man can afford in a relationship. I know some of you are nodding right now because you've lived this. Maybe she left you before. Maybe she came back. Maybe you regret the choice you made. I want to hear about it. Drop your experience in the comments. I always read them, and yes, I do reach out. Because this isn't just a channel. It's a conversation between individuals who are learning to stand on their principles, no matter how tempting the alternative. And here's your final takeaway. Self-respect is worth more than any reunion. If you have to sacrifice it to get her back, you've already lost. In the next video, we'll talk about something that will shake a lot of men awake. So hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when it's out. I'll see you then.